Joyce here. I'm so glad to see you back for another one of my tutorials. Please don't mind my nails, I'm testing out these fakies. Ever since I've been looming and designing so much, my nails look like they've been in a sheer state of panic. So yeah, I'm trying out these fake babies now. Today we're going to be making a hook-only bracelet again, so without the loom. And this design was created a long time ago by Kim, also known as Lovin Looms, who has since then stopped looming, but she has made so many great designs that also deserve a tutorial, so you all can make them too, so that's where I come in. She has agreed that I will be making more tutorials for her in the future, so yay! When she made the bracelet, she saw mysterious dark eyes staring back at her at the top of each section, so that's where the name comes from. I will put a link to her Instagram down in the description box so you can see more of her creations, but it's easiest if you search for her designs and creations by using the hashtag you see on your screen right now, Lovinlooms. I will also put that in the description box below. Now stay tuned till the end of this video because I will tell you what tags you can use when you post your creation so that both me and Kim don't miss out on seeing them, of course. And I will also tell you how you can contact me if you want me to make a tutorial for one of your own designs. Okay? Enough yabba dabba doo, let's grab some stuff and let's get looming. For this bracelet you will need your hook, of course. Now it's easiest to use a double-ended hook for this design, like the one over here that I'm using, or the Loom hook from Rainbowloom itself, or a regular crochet hook. You can also try that. But we're going to be doing a lot of sliding and turning, so you will need a lot of room on your hook for all the bands. We'll need a C-clip for closing purposes, of course, and I will be keeping my cap band in check again with my little bestie over here. And we'll need some bands, of course. I will be using 4 colors for this bracelet in the same color scheme as this one you see right here. But you can use whatever colors you want to, of course. I will be laying out a pattern for you so you can match up your colors to that pattern, so you don't have to use the exact same colors that I am using. Now this design is symmetrical, so that means what we do on the left side we also do on the right side, just like we did with the gearhead and Carolina Dean and my Love Shin bracelet. And this design is a 10 loop setup, so that means that at the start of each pattern there are 10 loops on your hook. So that's 5 for one side and 5 for the other. So don't be alarmed by all the bands on your hook, since we will be doing the same thing, the same few steps, just on either side of the pattern, turning our hook around in between. So the pattern itself really isn't that hard, and I will go slow and steady and lay it out for you again, so you can just follow along with me. Also, please remember, you can always pause the video to catch up, rewind to watch something again, and you can always speed up if I'm going too slow for you. I will always put timestamps in my tutorial, so you can find certain parts really quickly by clicking the timestamps in the description box below. Okay, that should be it. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Now before we start working on the actual pattern and repeating that, we need to put some bands on our hook first, just to get started. Like I said before, all beginnings and endings of hook-only designs are always a bit different from the rest of the pattern, because you need to get started and you want a nice closure. So just follow along and pay close attention. Of course, we're going to have to start by putting a cap band on our hook first, and I always use the same color as the one that you see over here. So the pink one's in my case, and I will be calling this color number 1 from now on. I will be laying out the pattern for you later, but first we have to start with our 10 loop setup. So to make your cap band, you simply place the band on your hook, give it a twist and put the other end on your hook, creating that figure 8 shape that is your cap band. And I am keeping mine in check with my stitch marker, as you know. So I'm putting that on. And now the next band we're going to pull through is a band in the color I will be calling color number 2 from now on. It's this band over here that we're pulling through, so that's turquoise for me. Okay, and we're going to pull that band on both loops of our cap band. But before closing it up, we're going to pick up the loop of the cap band that is farthest away from our hook. Okay, then you close it up and you hang on to these bands because they have a tendency to get out of order, and we want them to stay in the correct order, of course. So just hang on to those. Then we are going to go back to our color number 1 band, And we're going to pull that under the first 2 loops on our hook. And we pick up loop number 1, so that is that color number 2 band that is farthest away from us. And we close it up, like so. Now we're going back to our color number 2 band, so that's turquoise for me. And we're pulling this under the first 2 loops as well. And we also pick up loop number 1 that is farthest away from us. And we close that up. Now we're going to pull through 2 bands that are white here in my case. I will be calling these the border colored bands. Okay? And the first one we're going to pull under the first 2 loops on our hook. And we don't pick anything back up. We simply close it up, like so. And then we grab our second border color and we pull that under the first loop on our hook and close it up. There, and that is the first half of our 10 loop setup done already, you see? Now we're going to slide everything to the other side, turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. Now before we start adding bands on this side, we first have to pick up the other end of that cap band that is down here. So you grab that first loop on your hook, take out your hook and pick up the other end of that cap band down there. And then you put that first band back on your hook. Now make sure that these two stay in order, just like on the other side. Okay. Then we're going back to our color number 1 and we pull this under the first 2 loops on our hook. And before closing it up, we pick up loop number 1, so the one furthest away from our hook, which is that second color band. And then you close it up. Now we're going to pull through one of our color number 2 bands again. You pull it under the first 2 loops on our hook. And you grab that band that is farthest away from you, band number 1, and you close it up. And now we can pull through our 2 border colored bands again. And we pull that under the first 2 loop on our hook and just close it up. Don't pick anything back up. And that last border colored bands will go under the first loop on our hook and you just close that up as well. Okay, like so. And this is the start of our bracelet and our 10 loop setup. So as you can see, we have our 3 border colored loops on either side. Then we have our color number 2 and in the middle we have our color number 1. Okay. Now the next set of bands that we're going to be pulling through will be the middle colored bands, I will call them. So those black bands over here that make up the mysterious eyes, as Kim calls them. Okay. Now the first one of these 2 is going to be a long stretch. We're going to pull it under the first 9 loops on our hook. So we're coming up under loop number 9 and 10 over here. Okay, so we pick up everything except the last one. So there we go. Make sure we don't lose anything in the process. And before closing it up, we're going to pick up loop number 1, so the outside band over there, and then you close it up. And that middle colored band, you see, it wants to pop to the middle automatically. So just let him, that's supposed to happen. Now this is where we go for the actual Looney part of this tutorial, so pay close attention. This is a bit of a tricky step, and if I'm not mistaken, it's called the Space Invader stitch, because it will look like a little Space Invader in a minute, but I will show you. Now what we're going to do is pull another middle band through the first 3 loops on our hook, and then we're going to dive in between the middle of those bands and pick up the inside part of our border bands. Right there, you see? So we grab our second middle colored band and we pull it under the first 3 loops on our hook. And you hang on to this side of that band. And then we're going to go over that first band here, go in the middle of the band you just pulled through. Like here, you see, that's a little rectangular shape from the top. And then you're going to pick up the inside band of the border band, the inside part of the border band I mean, and you pull it up through that rectangular shape. Same thing with the other border band. You pick up the inside part of that border band and you pull it up through that rectangle. And then before closing it up, you pick up the border band on the left side, so band number 1, and then you close it up. And again, that middle band should be in the middle. Usually it travels there on its own, but you rearrange it and there you go. And now this looks like a little space invader. So that's why it's called the Space Invader stitch. Now this is where the actual pattern begins. So let me lay it out for you. Now we're starting each section from the top over here. And we're going to pull through our color number 1 band that you see hanging in the middle here. Then one color number 1 band on either side. Then one color number 2 band on either side. 2 border colored bands on either side. And then we're going to do the Looney thing again with 2 of our middle colored bands in the middle. Okay, and then we're back at the start right here. Now we're going to be working on from here on out on one side of the bracelet at a time, doing these 4 bands, because that will save us a lot of sliding and turning and is way easier for those of you who do not have a double-ended hook. Okay, I will be putting 2 thumbnails at the top of the screen right here, one as from a close-up of one of the sections you can use for reference, and one of the pattern, so you can match that up to whatever colors you want to be using for this. Okay, so back to our little Space Invader over here. As you can see up there, the first band we're going to pull through is a band in color number 1, and we're going to pull it under the first 5 loops on our hook. And then we're going to skip loop number 5, and we're going to pick up loop 3 and 4. So those are the 2 border colored bands we just pulled up through that middle. And we're going to pick up loop number 1, which is also our border colored band. And then we're going to close it up. And we want that border band to be on the outside. So we rearrange these 2 and have our color number 1 band sit in the middle like this. Then we're going to pull through another one of our color number 1 band. And we're going to pull that under the first 3 loops on our hook. And we're going to pick up loop number 2, so that's that color number 1 band again, and close it up. Then we're going to pull through a band in color number 2, and we're pulling that under the first 2 loops on our hook. And we pick up loop number 1 and close it up. And as you can see in the pattern, then we're going to pull through our 2 border colored bands. The first one we pull under the first 2 loops on our hook. Do not pick anything back up, just close it up. And the second one we only pull under the first loop on our hook and close it up. Like so. And now we're going to slide everything to the other side and do the same thing over there. Now that first band at the top of the pattern we already have on our hook, that's this one over there. So we're going to pull through our second band of that first color. And we're pulling that under the first 3 loops on our hook. And we're picking up that middle band, which is also that first color. So band number 2, and then we close it up. Then we're going to pull through a band in our second color. Pull it under the first 2 loops on our hook. Pick up the loop that's farthest away from you, loop number 1, and close it up. Then we're going to pull through 2 of our border colored bands. The first one goes under the first 2 loops on our hook. Don't pick anything back up, just close it up. And the second one only goes under the first loop on your hook. Don't pick anything back up, just close it up. And now we're back at the start of our 10 loop setup. You see? So now we are going to pull through our 2 middle colored bands. And the first one is going to be that really long stretch. So we pull it under the first 9 loops on our hook. So all the way over there. And we're only going to pick up the very first loop on our hook, so the utmost border, so to speak. And then we close it up and we let that middle band travel to the middle on its own. It wants to go there, so just let him. Okay, and now we're going to do that crazy Space Invader stitch again. So you grab another middle colored band, you pull it under the first 3 loops on your hook, and you're going to dive over that first band into the middle of the band you just pulled through, and we're going to grab that inner end of that border that we have on our hook, pull it up through the middle, and same with the other border, pull it up through the middle, pick up the other end of that border band on the far side and close it up, and let that middle band be in the middle next to the 2 bands you just pulled up, and we have our little Space Invader here again. Okay, so now we are actually back at the start of the pattern and ready for the next section. I will put a timestamp right here, so we're going to do a few more sections together. And if you need more help along the way, just go back to the timestamp right here and we can finish our bracelet together. And if you got it from here, you simply go to the part that says closing up your bracelet, and I will show you how you can get a nice closure and put your C-clip on. Okay, so let's take it from the top. The first band we're going to pull through is in our color number 1 band. That's the band we're going to be hanging in the middle. So you pull it under the first 5 loops on your hook, and you're only picking up the border colored band. So that's band number 3 and 4 and band number 1. And then you close it up and you rearrange so that the border is on the outside. Then we're going to pull through another one of our color number 1 bands. And you pull this under the first 3 loops on your hook and only pick up that middle band that is sticking up there a little bit, band number 2, and you close it up. Then you're going for your color number 2 band, you pull it under the first 2 loops on your hook and you pick up band number 1, so the one furthest away from your hook, close it up. Then we're going to pull through our 2 border bands. And that first one gets pulled under the first 2 loops on your hook. Don't pick anything back up, just close it up. And the second one you only pull under the first loop on your hook. Close it up. And then we're going to slide and turn and do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to grab your color number 1 band first, pull it under the first 3 loops on your hook. Pick up that middle band, band number 2, close it up, grab your color number 2 band, pull it under the first 2 loops on your hook, pick up loop number 1 and close it up. Then your first border band goes under the first 2 loops on your hook, just close it up, don't pick anything back up. And your color number 2, your border band number 2 goes under the first loop on your hook and you close it up like so. And now we can start pulling through our middle colored bands again. So the first one is that long stretch. You pull it under the first 9 loops on your hook. So all the way to the other side, and one before the end you come up and you pick up the border band farthest away from you, so band number 1, close it up. That band wants to travel to the middle on its own, so just let him. And now we're going to do that Looney stitch again, the Space Invader stitch. So you pull your second middle color band under the first 3 loops on your hook. Dive over that first band into the middle, pick up the inside parts of those border bands and pull those up through the middle. Same on the other side. Pick up the inside of those border bands and pull it up through the middle. Pick up band number 1, don't forget that, your border band on the other side. Close it up, rearrange so that the border is at the outside. And we're back at the start of a new section again. So you're going to pull through your first colored band, color number 1 band I mean, that you'll be hanging in the middle. So you pull it under the first 5 loops on your hook. Come on, there we go. You pick up band number 3 and 4, your borders that you just pulled up through the middle. You pick up band number 1, also the border, and you close it up. Make sure that the border sits at the border and pull through your next color number 1 band. You pull that under the first 3 loops on your hook and pick up loop number 2, which is also a color number 1 band. Close it up, grab your second color, pull it under the first 2 loops on your hook, pick up loop number 1, close it up. Your first border colored band goes under the first 2 loops on your hook. Just close it up, don't pick anything back up. And your second border colored band only goes on the first loop on your hook. Now we're going to slide and turn again. And that first band is already hanging there, so we're going to pull through our color number 1 band under the first 3 loops on our hook. Pick up that middle band, band number 2, close it up. Grab your color number 2 and pull it under the first 2 loops on your hook. Pick up band number 1, close it up. Your first border colored band goes under the first 2 loops on your hook. Just close it up, don't pick anything back up. And your second border colored band under the first loop alone, and close that up. Now we're ready to do that long stretch again. So your first middle colored band goes under the first 9 loops on your hook. I always wiggle my hook a little bit to make it easier. And you only pick up loop number 1. Close it up, let that band travel to the middle. And here comes the Space Invader again. So you pull your next middle colored band under the first 3 loops on your hook. Dive over this band here into the middle and pick up the inside part of those border bands, the one right here and the one over here. Pull those up through the middle, pick up the border band on the far side as well, band number 1, close it up, arrange that border to the outside, and we're ready to start our next section. I'll do one more with you, okay? So color number 1, pull under the first 5 loops on your hook. Only pick up your border colored bands, so the ones you just pulled up through the middle, and band number 1. Don't forget to pick up, oops, that one as well. Come here, you. Rearrange the bands so the border is on the outside. Then grab another color number 1 band, pull it under the first 3 loops on your hook. Pick up that band that's poking up right here, so band number 2, close it up, grab your color number 2, pull it under the first 2 loops on your hook, grab band number 1 and close it up. Then your first border colored band again under the first 2 loops on your hook and just close it up. And your second border colored band only under the first loop on your hook and close. Now we slide and turn, and we start with our color number 1 band. Pull it under the first 3 loops on our hook and pick up band number 2, close it up, pick up color number 2 band, pull it under the first 2 loops on your hook, only pick up band number 1, close it up. Your first border color only goes under the first 2 loops. Don't pick anything back up. And your second border color under that first loop. And there we have our 10 loop setup again. And we're going for a long stretch. So your middle colored band goes under the first 9. Ooh, almost lost it there. Ooh, in the home stretch. Wow, didn't want to film that again, guys. Here we go. Pull it under the first 9 bands on your hook. Only pick up band number 1. Close it up. And that band wants to sit in the middle on its own. And we're going to do that Space Invader stitch again. I hope you guys can get that. It's a little bit finicky and tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it gets easier with each section. So you go in the middle, pick up the inside part of that outer border band. Same on the other side, and pull those two up through the middle. Pick up your border band on the far side, band number 1, close it up, and rearrange. There. And you're back at your Space Invader again. Now, if you need more help, you can go back to the part where it says pattern repeat and finish up your bracelet until it's long enough. And I will meet you back here to show you how you can close it up. So once your bracelet is long enough and you're ready to close it up, make sure that you're at the beginning of a new section. And you're going to pull through that first band in the same fashion as you've been doing this whole time. So you pull it under the first 5 loops on your hook. You pick up your border colored band, so that's band number 3 and 4 and band number 1. Close it up. Make sure that that border sits on the outside. And then the last band you're going to pull through, and the one that you can put your C-clip on, you're simply going to pull it under all 6 loops on your hook. Close it up. And there you have it. Your Spy Eyes bracelet by Looms. Well, that was it for today, my Looney Loomers. I hope you all had fun making this beautiful Spy Eyes bracelet by Kim, also known as Looms. It was a joy for me to make it and to figure out how I could explain that Looney step in the middle where you pick up those middle bands. So I hope you all got it. When you have made this bracelet and you post it on social media, please make sure to tag me and Kim in the pictures using the hashtags you see on your screen right now. So we don't miss out on admiring your creations, of course. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel with the button you see right here. You can find me on Instagram too for more of my content and creations. The link is in the description box below. I will be posting sneak peeks. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to message me here or on Facebook and Instagram. You are always welcome with me. And should you have made a design you want me to make a tutorial for, please feel free to contact me on Instagram here or Facebook. Send me some pictures if you can, so I can have a look, and we'll see if I can make a tutorial for you too. I'm specifically really looking for bracelets made on the loom, since they are very rare, and also monster tail designs, of course, or if you have made 2-pin designs. I have a ton of hook only designs already, but all designs are most definitely welcome here. I plan on making tutorials for ages to come, so send me what you got. Stay tuned, turn on your notifications for more of my designs and tutorials coming up. Stay colorful, stay creative, and most of all, stay loony. That's all, folks.